Swiftsure is a super rare rarity light cruiser from the Royal Navy and is a part of the Minotaur class of light cruisers. She is currently available from Light Construction. Swift was launched from the Vickers Armstrong dockyard on the 4th of February 1943, commissioned on the 22nd of June 1944, decommissioned in 1958, and was scrapped in 1962. Swift did the usual tasks a British light cruiser did in the Second World War and Cold War periods. Here are her more interesting exploits. Served as the flagship for Admiral Sir Cecil Harcourt of the British Pacific Cruiser Squadron, and later the 4th and 2nd Cruiser Squadrons post-war. Collided with HMS Diamond, causing multiple fires throughout the ship. And was originally planned to be repaired and retrofitted, but plans were cancelled after the cost to upgrade such a cruiser was unjustifiable by the British government. In her character art, drawn by Aiko, Swift wears a white, collared button-up shirt with a black neck ruffle around her neck, large red bow with golden tips tying up her hair, a white and red double-breasted skirt with 6 black buttons and a loose-fitting white belt with gold buckle, white gloves, a red crop-top coat with black capped sleeves, gold aiguillettes and epaulettes, black thigh-highs, and steel-colored heels. Her rigging consists of 2 mostly symmetrical armatures to her left and right, both having a small dual-barreled gun at the back, which is in front of a shield that covers her back. A metal ship hull, with the armature to her right having a triple-barreled naval gun and a triple torpedo launcher, while the one to her left has 2 triple-barreled naval guns, and she also holds a sword in her right hand. In her voice lines, voiced by Hitomi Owada, who also voices Tsubame Narumi in New Game, Ryoko Yoshida in The Demon Girl Next Door, Koyori Tanamura in Wataten, Abigail Williams in FGO, Best Girl Nia in Xenoblade Chronicles 2 and 3, HKP30 in SSG 3000 in Girls Frontline, Claudia Valent in Atelier Ryza, Mint in Arknights, and Smart Falcon in Uma Musume. Swift doesn't think highly of herself.
マイノーター級のスウィフトシュアと申します。かの大戦の末期に参加しましたが、戦争終結といろいろ事情があって、期待されたほどの活躍ができませんでした。そんな私でもよろしければ、この艦隊のために微力を尽くさせていただきたく存じます。あ、お気に召さないようでしたら、私のことはお構いなく。私のようなものには、やっぱりこんな指揮官がお似合いなのね。フィジーからいつも、スウィフトシュアはもっと笑った方がいいって言われますけど、どうしたらいいか。すみません。つまらない相談をしてしまいまして。ごめんなさい。なんだか散らかしてて。シェフィールドが教えてくれた掃除アイテム、意外と使い勝手がわからなくて。騎士長のことが羨ましく思います。私でもあんなに気丈に振る舞うことができれば。すみません。今のは忘れてください。
At level 125 with max affinity and enhancements, Swift has 3,884 HP, 166 firepower, 369 torpedo, 310 AA, 193 reload, 113 evasion, light armor, 32 speed, 168 accuracy, 48 luck, 150 anti-sub, and consumes 11 oil. Swift has 2 skills and an AoA, which focuses on fleet buffs and damage buffs. Swift's first skill, Swift Shooting, at level 10, and when she fires her AA guns, there's a 30% chance to buff the Vanguard fleet's AA by plus 30% for 10 seconds. For every 5 enemy planes shot down within AA range, she gets plus 1% firepower and decreases the damage the main fleet takes from planes by minus 1%, stacking up to 10 times for plus/minus 10% for both. Her second skill, Swift Analysis, at level 10, increases her crit rate by plus 30% and hit rate against enemy destroyers and light cruisers by plus 10%. When she hits a foe with her main guns, there's a 10% chance to decrease that foe's evasion rate by minus 10% for 6 seconds. The recommended equipment for Swift is the prototype Quad 152mm MGM due to it being the best light cruiser gun with the highest DPS in-game currently, the 533mm improved quad mag torpedo, as it's the best homing torpedo, the twin 76mm RF Mark 37, currently the best AA gun for the Vanguard fleet, the repair toolkit and high-performance steering gear for passive healing and a boost to evasion, and the crossbow for a buff to AA. Swiftsure is a good enough addition to most fleets if you're struggling against plain heavy levels and boss fights. This is primarily due to her S1 buffing the Vanguard fleet's AA in addition to reducing the damage the main fleet takes from planes. Not to mention, her S2 as well reduces evasion for foes hit by Swift's main gun. She's also relatively easy and comparatively cheap to obtain, being able to do so through light construction. That being said, I'm personally not a fan of the proc chances on either of her skills. The chance to buff the Vanguard's AA when Swift fires her own AA gun is only 30%, and lasts for 10 seconds on top of that, meaning you have just under a 1 in 3 chance for it to proc. The reduced damage for the main fleet thankfully doesn't have a proc chance, but the reduction is only up to 10%. The evasion debuff for foes in her S2 is somehow lower at 10% when she hits a foe with her main guns, with that evasion debuff only being another 10% for only 6 seconds. Overall, much like Trinidad, she's a decent enough addition to a fleet if you don't have better options. Medium-lowish priority to raise. Thank you for watching. Please follow my Twitter and Blue Sky for updates, and please check out my other Arknight and Uma Musume videos as well.